Today we are going to be celebrating Evolution 2 by putting 20 women into a gauntlet eliminator match and playing the two main events in WWE 2K25. Welcome to the 20 woman eliminator gauntlet match. We start with two people start in the match, and then there's the rules right there. Whatever, every 30 seconds a new person's going to enter. Eliminations happen by pinfall or submission, and the match continues until there is only one winner. Introducing our first entrant, it's WWE legend Molly Holly. Is that Molly Holly? It is Molly Holly. Well, she's here, she means business, and of course, she is a legend of the Attitude Era. Our second entrant is none other than recently released, didn't plan this very well, Isla Dawn. I don't know what her, is that Isla Dawn? Is it Alba Fire? No, it's Isla Dawn. Of course, she is representing Scotland. I don't know why I'm doing the EO Sky, but I'm also representing Scotland. I did grab this arena off of Community Creations, and it does include Prime advertisement, which is perfectly fine. I mean, good job for them, I suppose. I didn't catch the name of the person who uploaded it. I've just very quickly thrown this video together because I didn't know if I was going to do an Evolution special, and then my thought process was, if I do an Evolution special, what do I do? Anyway, I'm going for a dilemma, and this is therapy. But we have entrant number 3, who looks to be Alba Fire, the former Kaylee Ray, also representing Scotland here. Of course, now in real life, she is representing the Secret Harvest for none other than Chelsea Green. Although she looks like she was going for a tag team partner there, Isla Dawn, and she has. Well, you know what they say, every man for himself in these kind of matches. I would have thought so early in the match, though, that they would have perhaps teamed up a little bit more. As mentioned, though, this is not a Royal Rumble. Every 30 seconds we have a new entrant, and the winner, as the people get eliminated by pinfall or submission. So our next entrant there is, I don't know who that is, Fallon Henley? Nope, it's Elektra Lopez. I knew that because Santos Escobar's music is totally playing in the background, and I knew that. Elektra interrupting Alba Fire there as she was going for the kendo stick, but Isla Dawn coming out to also even the odds there. This action is absolutely spilled out of the ring here. I don't know if they're going to make it back into the ring, but for the next entrant, and they don't, we have Little Bliss entering the ring. Oh, not even getting down the ramp before being attacked by, is that Isla Dawn there, Alexa Bliss. Not making it to the ring, although we have our first pinfall. Of course, Elektra Lopez kicking out in very quick manner there. Alexa bringing the kendo stick into the ring. Watch out. Oh, Kaylee Ray with the kendo stick. Sorry, Alba Fire with the kendo stick. My mistake, Freudian slip. Of course, she is good with the kendo stick because her thing is there's the bat, right? Here we have DLC entrant Julia. Is her whole thing the Beautiful Nightmare? Molly Holly going for the 6 submission in the middle of the ring. It looks like Alba Fire getting out almost immediately, though. And just before you know it, our next entrant entering the ring is none other than Chelsea Green, of course, making it, well, currently in my game, she's still the United States champion, although that is very much incorrect in real life. We have another pinfall here. Is that Elektra Lopez? Oh, that was a close 2 count, though. Julia with a kendo stick laying down the law in the middle of the ring here. I think I'm gonna have to move myself up to the top corner here. Action's getting a little bit heavy. Oh, we have another WWE legend, Lita, entering the fray. Alexa Bliss meeting her in the aisleway there. Lita with the Hurricane Rana. Amazing stuff here. I think is that our first field there. 2, 4, 6 maybe. Julia with the pinfall. Isla Dawn, just kicking out. Barely kicking out in time. That looks like our field for now. That is the maximum amount of characters you can have in a match. So basically, once one of these people gets eliminated, we're going to have a new entrant almost, I assume, immediately. Oh, and Elektra Lopez breaking that kendo stick over like 3 people's heads there. It's mad that there's only one referee for this kind of match. I mean, this is all kinds of chaos when you introduce weapons and you have these, 8 women in the ring and just causing absolute havoc here. The action continues to spill out the ring as Isla Dawn going for her, I don't know what that was, signature move there, a kind of code breaker. And we have Isla Dawn going for that kind of full Nelson or half Nelson there, and Julia, but Julia kicking out at 2. It would probably help if I knew people's finishers, but Isla's not taking that very well. Lita attacking our referee, Jessica Carr there. That doesn't seem like a very good idea. Of course, Jessica training to be a wrestler herself. As I was talking there, I think Chelsea Green hit the Rough Rider, and she's hitting the Unprettier on Lita. That honestly could take her out. There's another pinfall there. I don't know who Electra was pinning. Of course, Jessica feeling the impact of Lita's strikes and had a very slow count there. Molly Holly with some kind of submission here with Lita, but no, referee Jessica throws off there. It was not a submission, although Julia going for the cheap pin, maybe able to get her. I think Lita kicked out as Alexa was going for her finisher there. Alba also going for her finisher. Is that sorry, that is Alba getting pinned. Isla Dawn going for her finisher, and Julia then going for the pin. Is this going to be enough to take out Julia? It's not enough to take down Julia. Electra Lopez also maybe got a finisher. I'm not sure what that was, some kind of boulder bomb. The action is just too fast here. Okay, there's a lot going on. Chelsea Green with Julia, but not enough. Jessica Carr getting caught up in the crossfire there. I think that was from Alba Fire. You're seeing me in real time struggle with names here. Lita with the DDT, the wind-up DDT no less, but Jessica Carr still down. I think Lita, I thought Lita was going to actually pick up the referee there, but I think Lita's trying to pick up the referee. Julia meeting Lita in the middle of the ring. I think this is it's a signature. Jessica Carr though still down, feeling the effects of that move from earlier. Julia going for the absolute knee to the face. I forget what it's called. That's a 1. That's a 2. And we have our first elimination of the match. Electra Lopez has been eliminated by none other than Julia. I think the Beautiful Nightmare, don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's her catchphrase. I don't watch enough NXT to know this for sure. Alba Fire hitting Chelsea Green. That's not very Harvest of you. Julia going for another pin. Julia going for a second elimination. Jessica's slow on the count though. Obviously wondering if we're going to see a second elimination before Electra Lopez even leaves the building here. I don't even know what move was done against Julia there, but Julia has been eliminated. Chelsea Green calling for Alba Fire to stand up, and a chair got thrown into the mix there. Alexa Bliss with the chair, throwing it at Chelsea while she was prepping her finisher. But of course, with Electra Lopez finally leaving the building, that means that we have the ability, or we have access to a new combatant. Who is our next entrant? I think that's Sensational Sherry, if I'm not mistaken. With Julia being eliminated as well, we're going to have another entrant shortly. Of course, that was Lita being eliminated. I don't know what happened to Lita to get that elimination, but that was Alba Fire with the elimination. Sensational Sherry entering the mix here. Of course, she is the fresh competitor, so I would expect major things from Sherry at this point in the match. I mean, this is the halfway mark. Of course, no Battle Royal is complete without the appearance of Michelle McCool. Dead woman walking, no less. Oh, we have the Unprettier from Chelsea onto the chair, no less, to Molly Holly. That could be enough to take out Molly at this point. 2, and no. Molly kicks out from the Unprettier on the chair, no less. Why is Michelle McCool's music still playing? I don't think her music's supposed to be playing. Sound guy, you wanna stop Michelle's music? Why is Michelle's music still playing? Michelle McCool obviously going for, has been watching the Stadium Stampede in AEW and obviously just wants her music to continue playing. I am concerned now that her music will just continue playing till the end of time. Okay, the countdown is playing now, so the countdown means that another entrant will be coming out. Is it going to play Michelle's music while playing someone else's, though, is the question. Is Lash Legend, I think? I'm not too familiar with NXT, but I'm pretty sure that's Lash Legend. I could actually just open up the nameplates. Yep, that is Lash Legend. Oh, and Chelsea Green get eliminated by Sherry as my game slows down there. Lash Legend making it in the ring, and her music did stop playing, so that means that we've now been freed from the hell that was Michelle McCool's theme playing for like a whole minute. Now, Lash Legend being a fresh competitor is a dangerous game. Of course, she has the size advantage over most people in this match. She has, however, been knocked out of the ring by Sherry, but that's not going to take her out of the match. That's just the beginning for Lash Legend. Sherry and Molly Holly going at it in the middle of the ring, though, as Alba Fire making it back into the ring. I'm really surprised. Oh, Lash Legend with a huge choke slam to Michelle McCool outside the ring. I'm very surprised to see Alba and Isla still in the match, all things considered. Molly Holly with the pin, but Jessica Carr totally out of position there. Is that going to be enough time to help Alba kick out? It wasn't. I don't even know what took her down. There's so much action going on. Michelle McCool with the Styles Clash. I don't know what she called it, but that is essentially a Styles Clash. And that is enough to take out Sherry. I'm really surprised that Sherry went out so quickly, to be honest. Considering the fact, as mentioned, that Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, have been in there since basically the beginning. Although saying that, I think I've just jinxed it for them. As we have Bianca entering the ring, Lash Legend eliminates Isla Dawn. Thankfully, with the two of them now eliminated, I can stop getting their names mixed up. Bianca Belair entering the fray now. I have completely lost track of what number is what, but we're over halfway as Michelle McCool calls up Alexa and goes for that diving kick, but whiffs it entirely. Bianca Belair meeting Lash Legend would be one hell of a match. I would love to watch that in real life. I don't think size is a concern for Bianca. She's the strongest after all. Although in that competition, Lash Legend is certainly the tallest. You could really see the cogs turning when I was making that joke. Our next entrant is Stacy Keibler. Can we see what number that is? Number 13. So we still have quite a ways in this Gauntlet Eliminator match here. Number 13 being Stacy Keibler. Stacy, of course, being of WCW fame. And she did have a pretty good run in WWE as well, with the Dudley Boys especially, but I think everyone knows her specifically from WCW. Also, isn't she like dating someone really famous in Hollywood or something? I can't remember. Our next entrant is Bayley, of course. Bayley is the workhorse of WWE and rightfully deserves a spot at Evolution, of course, being one of the 4 horsewomen in WWE. Bayley started out quite modestly in NXT, but she's definitely worked her way up WWE by winning the Royal Rumble last year, main eventing, or technically main eventing a WrestleMania, but of course being a mainstay of the women's roster ever since. Bayley finally in the ring here as we have our next entrant here. That is Wendy Chu from NXT. Of course, again, struggling to know the details of NXT people. When I was watching Wendy Chu, she was like this kind of cartoony, happy-go-lucky character, and then something happened. I think she may have lost a casket match at some point, maybe at an NXT Halloween Havoc or something. But I think putting her in the casket or getting buried alive made her this like emo, nasty, villainous character. So now she's like, you know, the character of Nightmare. So even though she is still wearing her pajamas of some kind and she's wearing slippers in the ring, she is still a force to be reckoned with, and certainly is, as I say, a monster from your nightmares. I think Bianca may have just hit a finishing move there on Stacy. Either way, Stacy is out. I missed what the finisher was. I actually thought it was like a jaded. Either way, that is Stacy Keibler out of the match there. Wendy Chu being rolled up by Alexa, but that doesn't matter though, because the KOD on Molly Holly, that is probably going to take out Molly. I think Molly got cut open at some point as well. I don't know how that happened, but nobody gets up from the KOD, and that just shows there. It looks like Lash Legend also has a cut above her head as Bayley. Oh, Bayley was getting Lash Legend up for her finisher or something there, but Bianca with one hell of a spear, and we got quite a view there of Lash Legend. I think she's got a really bad laceration above her eye there. Alexa was posing. Alexa almost got caught posing there hit with the KOD, but managed to get out of it. Bianca was in a bad predicament there, but able to roll out of the ring as well. Bayley calling Wendy Chu up to her feet, but I think, Alexa wasn't able to get in time, so Bayley able to hit that finishing move. I don't know what it's called, sorry. I'm not a moves person, I don't know what they're all called. But that is enough to take out Wendy Chu, which means we're probably getting further in the match here. Alexa with the sister Abigail taking Bayley. Bayley kicked out as Sol Ruka enters the fray. Sol again from NXT doing flippy shit outside the ring because she can. Oh no, Bayley up in a bad predicament with the Styles Clash. Michelle choosing not to go for the pin though. Interesting. Oh no, she does go for the pin, she just didn't roll into it. That's going to be a 1. That's going to be a 2. Bayley kicked it. I did not expect Bayley to kick out there. Our next entrant, also from NXT, is Thea Hale. She recently returned to WWE, or recently returned to NXT, but I don't think she's doing the Chase University stuff anymore. I don't actually know if Chase University is even a thing anymore. While I was talking there, I don't think I didn't miss the fact that Bianca whipped Michelle McCool with her hair there, but Michelle still able to capitalize on any opportunity that's given to her. The action here is just spilling all over the ring. Jessica Carr getting caught up in all kinds of action here. I need to see who this next entrant is as Bayley goes for her finisher on Bianca Belair. I think that actually might be a free count there. We have number 18, Stephanie Vakir. Stephanie Vakir appearing in this game as a DLC character for the first time ever. Not even making it to the ring before Michelle McCool was able to get her hands on her there. It looks like Stephanie was able to reverse whatever Michelle was going to do to Stephanie at the entrance there. What a match this has been though. I mean, with the weapons and just the action spilling all over the place, this has been such an exciting match here. Thea Hale though going for a pinfall on Lash Legend. That wasn't going to be enough. Lash obviously proven to be stronger than, well, anyone, I guess. Even with like a massive gash on the top of her head, she's been bleeding out for the vast majority of her time in this match. But she's still able to lay on the offense and kick out these finishing moves. She is going for a small package there on Thea Hale. I can't imagine that was, I don't imagine that was going to work. It was far too early in the match, or far too early in Thea Hale's time in the match to get a pinfall like that. Saying that though, Michelle McCool with the sit-out facebuster. I have to assume that's some kind of signature move for her. That's not going to be enough to take out Thea Hale though. Lash Legend was going for a chokeslam, but Michelle McCool spamming finishers here, going for the Styles Clash into the pin for Bayley. Although Alexa Bliss also having a pinfall on Stephanie Vakir, Stephanie kicking out, which means that Bayley had an extra couple seconds there to kick out of that finisher. Bayley was saved by the fact that Jessica can only do 1 count at a time. Of course, when I don't commentate over a pinfall, that is when somebody gets eliminated. Bianca Belair eliminating Alexa Bliss. Unfortunately for many people probably watching this video, Alexa Bliss stand down. I'm going to say Lash Legend was bringing more furniture into the ring, but wasn't able to really use it. Thea Hale stopping Lash at the first instance and knocking her down, getting a pinfall. There was the candlestick getting thrown by Sol Ruka. There was like no fanciness to that elimination. It was literally just a strike, and then Lash Legend went down. But sometimes, when these matches go long and there isn't, there's only so much punishment you can take, and sometimes just a single strike is enough to eliminate you. Stephanie Vakir stealing Bayley's finisher there. It would be really bad if, I was going to say that would be really bad if Bayley gets eliminated with her own finisher, but she did. Michelle McCool lifting Bianca for the Styles Clash, but there is a chair. Oh, that was perfectly on the chair. Michelle McCool, she just knows how to bump, right? That was not a 3 count. Bianca Belair kicking out of possibly the best perfectly placed Styles Clash I've seen in a long time. Thea Hale with the neck breaker. I can never know who's, is it a finisher? Is it a signature? I can never tell. Bianca with the front facing suplex there, but Thea kicking out immediately. Stephanie Vakir with the package backbreaker. That was awesome. Is that going to be enough to take out Sol Ruka? I mean, we're pretty far into this match now. Yep, Sol Ruka not able to continue after that backbreaker. Understandably so, as Dakota Kai enters the ring. What number is Dakota? Do we know? Although Bianca immediately taking Dakota down with a hair strike, that is quite something, to be honest. Stephanie Vakira hitting the top rope with a wonderful elbow drop on Thea. Oh, but Bianca meeting Stephanie with a spear. We have another entrant coming up. I need to know what number it is. Number 20. Our final entrant is none other than WWE legend. Thank you, Trish. Trish Stratus making her appearance here at Evolution. Of course, in real life, Trish Stratus did just appear on Raw, I think, to hype up Evolution, maybe have a match with Tiffany or some kind. But as I'm saying that, Bianca hits Thea Hale with a KOD, taking her out of this match. And at this point, there will be no more entrants. This is a 20-person gauntlet match. And once that final entrant enters, which is Trish Stratus, there is no more. That is the field here. So one of these women will be winning this match. Jessica Carr counting the pinfall. Dakota Kai not able to put down Stephanie Vakir there. Trish. Oh, I thought Trish was going for that signature DDT, but I think Dakota Kai may have reversed that. Well, no, she did reverse it, but maybe she reversed the finisher. I'm not sure. Dakota, though, hitting the opposite corner, running into Trish with that high foot. Michelle McCool doing push-ups outside the ring. I don't know why. They're pretty far into this match, Michelle. Maybe you should actually focus on winning the match. Bianca has Stephanie up for a KOD, another KOD. I didn't even see what happened to Dakota, but considering she's still pretty fresh, I don't imagine that would be it. Although Trish seemed to have attacked Bianca there, which means that Bianca wasn't able to get the pinfall on Stephanie Vakir, which fortunately means that fortunately for Stephanie, means that she was able to stay in a bit longer. Bianca went for that hair strike, missed it, and Michelle McCool went into that sit-out facebuster, which honestly, that might be it for Bianca. Oh, just kicking out in time. That was very close. Stephanie Vakir with the package backbreaker on Dakota Kai. We saw earlier this eliminated Sol Ruka. Is it going to be enough to take out Dakota Kai? And it's not, although it was very close. It's not enough to take out Dakota Kai. Everyone back in the ring saying that, though. Stephanie Vakir leaving the field once more. Thought she was going for a thought she was going for a weapon, but no. Bianca going for the pinfall off that fallaway powerbomb. Not enough to get a pinfall on Michelle McCool, however. Dakota Kai going for the octopus stretch of some kind. I think she let go of that. I'm not really sure what happened there, but the referee waved it off nonetheless. Oh, Trish Stratus with the bulldog in the middle of the ring. I thought that was going to be some variation on her finisher, but no. Trish leaving the ring. I don't know what for. Saying that, though, Bianca is going for that, whatever that move is. It's kind of like a jaded. And also for the KOD outside on Trish Stratus. The kiss of death, but you're not really going to win the match outside the ring. So although you're doing considerable damage to your opponent, you're not going to be able to win outside of the ring. Saying that, though, Bianca with a second kiss of death on Stephanie Vakir and going for the pinfall. Dakota Kai almost interrupted that pinfall there, but Bianca able to get the pin, which I think spells the end for, of course, Stephanie Vakir. I realize I've been saying Stephanie Vakir. It might be Stephanie Vakir. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but she's been eliminated, so you won't hear it again. One of these four competitors are going to make it to the end of this match and win. Of course, the winner of this match goes on to, well, in real life, the winner of the Battle Royal will go on to face or get a women's title match of whatever show they're on, I suppose. In this 2K, you know, there's just bragging rights. There is no stakes, really. We're just having fun. But Dakota Kai with the roll up on Michelle McCool, and that is actually enough to get the win there on Michelle McCool. After everything Michelle's been through, I'm surprised that a roll up. Trish Stratus with a roll up. No, Dakota Kai with a roll up. Who got the roll up? I'm confused. Dakota Kai with, I think that's her finisher, isn't it? Oh, Bianca going for the sneaky pin, though. Why did she just wanted the bragging rights to say that she pinned Trish? But Dakota's finisher wasn't enough. Oh, and the double stomp. That's an awesome spot. Trish with that ring experience, though, rolling out of the ring so that she can take a minute to breathe. Bianca with an amazing Montez-like flip over the top rope there. And this will lead Bianca and Trish back into the ring. Trish seems to have Bianca's number here. Oh, Trish with a chick kick. I was mid-yawn there, but Trish with the chick kick, taking Dakota down. I can't speak. Either way, Dakota is down. Bianca spearing the referee. She could have just cost herself this match. That is really unfortunate as Trish goes for her finisher, but even though Trish is going for her finisher, there's no one to count the pin. Trish putting Bianca against the ropes as Trish jumps up against the rope. Boom. Oh, Bianca getting busted open hard way there. The referee needs to get up though. Jessica needs to get up for the pinfall. Trish isn't even attempting a pin at this point. She's got to the top rope for an elbow drop, which she missed. Bianca's still showing off this late in the game, of course. She is the strongest, fastest, and if she can pin Trish here, she'll be the winningest. Calling Trish to her feet here as she goes for potentially the final kiss of death in the middle of the ring. Has Bianca done it? Has she been able to defeat Trish Stratus? And she does so, which means that Bianca Belair is the winner of the 20-person gauntlet eliminator. Even with a potentially broken nose there, a bloodied eyebrow or something, she was able to defeat 19 other women. Technically she wasn't in the match, you know, for all 19 of them, but that doesn't matter. July 25th, me and Donkey93 are hosting a 3-day charity event raising money for St. Columba's Hospice. We're going to be doing lots of cool activities like interviewing staff members at the hospice, playing lots of games, completing lots of challenges, and who knows what else disgusting, degenerate stuff we're going to get into. But if you want to get involved, click the QR link on the screen or check the link in the descriptions. Again, that is over the weekend of July the 25th, and I hope to see you there. I thought I'd spice things up a little bit. This is Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Except my own little twist. Let's do it in a steel cage. Introducing first, of course, in real life, she is the WWE Women's World Champion. I have not set up the champions correctly, but either way, she is the Women's World Champion, and she's entering here kind of undefeated. Rhea Ripley has never defeated Io Sky, but hey, they've never faced each other in a steel cage. Everyone, please rise and welcome your Eradicator. In this game, she is, in my game anyway, she is the Women's World Champion, Rhea Bloody Ripley. And the bell has rung. We are underway here. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley in a steel cage. Of course, having a bit of fun with the match listings. This is not necessarily a simulation. I just wanted to see what would happen in a steel cage. Also, there was a comment saying that I should do more steel cage matches, so this fulfills my quota. What am I looking at right now? What is happening? Oh, Rhea was taunting. Okay, well, the Carter post got in the way, but I'm sure it was a cool taunt nonetheless. Of course, in real life, I think Rhea Ripley and Io have had 4 or 5 matches together, and every single time Io has come out on top. Rhea has not been able to defeat Io in any of their matches. Quite famously, most recently anyway, Rhea, just before WrestleMania, lost her Women's World Championship when she was distracted by Bianca Belair, which then led to Bianca. What is this? What is this? What, is she gonna headbutt her? Okay, right, that's, you know what, that is a Rhea Ripley move. Which then led to Bianca Belair. Well, I suppose Bianca had won the Elimination Chamber, so she had a right challenge one of the champions, but of course she interjected herself somewhat, dubiously interjected herself into the Raw Women's World Championship scene and cost Bianca the title, or Rhea the title, to Io Sky, debatably. It was a very strange storyline. I didn't particularly like it. Why is there pinfalls in a cage match? Either way, Io Sky kicking out. Of course, since WrestleMania, Io Sky has been able to retain her women's title in quite a few high-profile matches, and this is the first time in a while that she's facing Rhea Ripley once again. At some point, though, you have to wonder if maybe ego becomes a part of it, right? Ego for Io is that she has beaten her so many times that Io will eventually take Rhea maybe too lightly, will end up costing herself the match somehow. Rhea on top of the cage here, Io trying to get Rhea off of the cage. She's got a hold of that leg there, so that's going to bring Rhea down. If Io can grab Rhea here, she'll be able to knock her completely off the cage, which is what she does, throwing her against the cage, knocking her down there. Io bringing Rhea back to her feet, but not able to get the strike there. Rhea lifting Io for the electric chair drop on the ropes, even grating her face down the cage there. That's pretty brutal in my books. This is very much a healthy back and forth here. Rhea with Io on her shoulders, but not able to really capitalize as Io goes for this kind of leg octopus stretch or hold. I don't know what it's called. Rhea taunting Io, but not able to capitalize. I don't know what Rhea's going for. She's climbing the top rope, and she's gonna go for a massive drop kick. Should have seen that one coming. Rhea's still taunting to the crowd, though. I don't think playing to the crowd is gonna really do you any favors in this kind of match. You need to be focusing on your opponent. But saying that, she has gone for that kind of cloverleaf submission hold. Io able to flip Rhea out of it with some insane strength. Rhea going for a lazy pin. I mean, Io just missed a... No way. That was pathetic. Okay, so Rhea beat Io with a missed drop kick. That is really disappointing. Congratulations to Rhea for winning the women's world title in the most lamest way possible. Welcome to our main event for the evening. This is for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have put Bayley in the Battle Royal Gauntlet earlier if I knew that she was in this main event, but I didn't know she was in the main event until I looked up the match listing literally 2 seconds ago. Introducing first the former WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. She is a bird lady. She is Lyra Valkyria. Of course, she idolized Becky Lynch growing up, and I think even trained with her in Ireland. But when she came to WWE, she had a chance to be the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion, which she achieved. But it did, of course, derail once, or went off the rails once Becky Lynch returned and cost Lyra the Intercontinental Championship. Entering next, as mentioned earlier, she is the Iron Woman of WWE. She is a former Royal Rumble winner, former WrestleMania main eventer, and former Women's Champion in her own right. She is one of the 4 horsewomen. She's a role model. She is Bayley. Although it feels like her character model proportions are way off, right? I feel like everyone complains about this, but Bayley does look odd in this game. But talking of someone who is less odd, she is the man, and she is the Intercontinental Champion. She is Becky Lynch. The match is now underway. Becky just immediately going straight for Bayley. Of course, they do have history in WWE. 2 of them are from the 4 horsewomen of NXT, right? Them and Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair, but that's not going to stop the 2 of them fighting here today for the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, Lyra being the former Intercontinental Champion and getting potentially, well, depending on your, definition, getting screwed and attacked, deceived by Becky Lynch to lose the Intercontinental Championship in the first place. Of course, this being under triple threat rules does in fact mean that there are no disqualifications. As far as I'm aware, there are no countouts, and essentially there's no rules except for pin and submission victories here. Bayley going for a crossbody pin on Lyra, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I was going to say, so the start of this match is already like, full gear essentially, but I had a feeling that they weren't gonna slow down until one of them got eliminated out of the ring. That was an insane armbar from Becky Lynch there. But I have a feeling that all 3 of them are just going to be attacking each other at any possible opportunity that they can. Bayley getting hit by 2 running attacks there. I think there's something to be said here about Lyra. Well, Lyra using the furniture here to try and even the odds, which is absolutely the case. She doesn't have the ring experience that both Becky and Bayley have, so being able to use the rules to her advantage by eliminating Bayley with the sledgehammer there. Bayley coming back into the ring with her own furniture, hitting the candlestick, although Becky reversing that, and well, Lyra of course taking her advantage there and taking that massive diving leg drop kick. Sorry, words are hard at this time of night. And the action is now officially spilled out of the ring. Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, I thought Lyra was going to do a cool ass dive, but she didn't. Of course, Becky does have a chair though. Becky with the strike there to Bayley. Lyra again doing her attacks with the sledgehammer. Lyra again not having the ring experience that both Becky and Bayley have. Becky, of course, also essentially a WrestleMania main eventer. She's previously won a Royal Rumble, and perhaps that's something that Lyra will one day do, but currently speaking, the only accolade that Lyra has to her name is literally just being, well, a bird lady, and also being the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion, which is definitely something to be proud of. Are we seeing an alliance here? Oh, there we are. That's a very short-lived alliance as Bayley hits the belly, or the belly to belly on Lyra, taking her well out. She's out cold there. Oh, Lyra with a major, Becky reversing. I thought there were going to be some crazy shenanigans there on that sledgehammer. The sledgehammer here is definitely telling the story of this match. Lyra's chosen weapon, although saying that, Bayley has just picked this up, and I think she's about to use it on, yep, Lyra. Bayley with a candlestick shot, not enough to take down Bayley. Bayley leaving the ring with that, again, that ring experience, although Bayley falling after with the double axe handle. I'm curious to see what weapon they're trying to get from under the ring there. I feel like it's going to be something big once they eventually get it. Lyra finally under the ring. What's she going to pull out? A trash can. All right. Now, Lyra told me before the match that she set that there in preparation to say how much. Oh, major move there from Lyra. I think that might even be her finisher. I'm not sure. But, of course, Becky not actually disposing of Lyra. So, of course, that pinfall got easily broken up there by Lyra. Becky unable to navigate the waters here with Bayley and the trash can there. Although this could be a good chance to win. I mean, everyone's down from those candlestick shots, and Bayley able to just kick out just. Lyra taking advantage of the situation though, as she should. Bayley now rolling out of the ring because of the damage that's been done to her. Becky going to the corner, but it could be a mistake here because Lyra with the monkey flip. The monkey flip here could signal the end of times here for Becky. If she loses this match, she loses the Intercontinental Championship. And of course, Lyra will become a two-time Intercontinental Champion. Bayley with the second candlestick of the match as Lyra went for, or feeling froggy, went for an insane frog splash. Bayley rightfully breaking up the pinfall there. Although saying that, Bayley with her finisher on Lyra, a bit too close to the ropes. I think there are rope breaks, so it doesn't really matter. Becky get up in time. Becky didn't even need to get up in time. Lyra was able to kick out there. Lyra rolling out the ring because of the damage done to her, but that could be a mistake because if she doesn't get in time, Becky could win off of this massive leg drop. Of course, Lyra. Oh no! Why is she playing to the crowd? She needs to get in there. Oh, Becky almost winning. Very, very close. Bayley able to kick out at the last second there. Lyra with the trash can. Oh, smacking Becky's face right against that reinforced ridge there. That's what keeps the bin, sturdy, really. Bayley hitting the top rope. Is she going for that patented Macho Man-esque elbow drop? And she is, and she nails it perfectly. She could probably win off the pinfall there, but she didn't go for it. That could be a massive mistake there from Bayley as Becky begins to stir on the outside of the ring. Bayley going for her finisher and nailing it. Honestly, that might be enough. If there's a table being introduced, but Becky not able to get in the ring at time, which cost her the match, which means Bayley has won the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, Bayley was attacked backstage at WrestleMania and her spot was replaced by none other than Becky Lynch. Of course, now we know that Becky was the assailant, and of course Bayley takes all the pleasure in taking that Intercontinental Championship away from Becky Lynch. And with that, that's going to be us for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, then please consider subscribing. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be watching Evolution, and let me know what your predictions are for the show coming this weekend. That's going to be us for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.